woke up. It is night. In case you can't tell, it's all pretty outside there. It's foggy. And I'm foggy. What the hell? Hang on, I got an idea. There we go. Anyway, I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Ugh. Parked at a company lot thing. And I'm sleepy. I woke up. They tell me, hey, your load's going to be ready to go about midnight. I'm like, what? And it's going down. In Denver, there's these stores that are right next to apartments. And because it's so close to apartments, this doesn't hold true for houses. You know, some farmer could have his back of his house right there next to the truck dock. It's not the same deal as having a bunch of people living in apartments right across the street, or maybe up to 1,000 feet away. It's a noise ordinance thing. There's a noise ordinance that says you can't, unload or load or run a truck or a reefer or blah 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 from like 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. or whatever. So my load won't be ready to go until midnight, which would normally be handy, except I really went out of my way to sleep like a rock today and wake up about 8 or 9, and it's like 9:35. I slept a little bit better. Anyway, man. So I don't know. I would go on about municipalities. Everybody kind of gets. I mean, you get it, right? I'm not just like preaching out my freaking butthole here. Municipalities have these people, like public works department and the fucking police. Holy crap! This is where things like Dare came from. Did Dare at all keep me from trying drugs? What do you think about that? Do you think that worked for me? I was in school. They came in with a Dare officer, a drug dog, and they had like a tennis ball. I guess they rubbed in marijuana or whatever. And this dog could find it in anybody's pocket. Oh, it was just so miraculous. But the thing is, when they did it, they were just inspiring us with the elevated intelligence. I'm not going to say the criminal mind, but it means the same damn thing. Anyway, all it did was inspire us to try to find a way to, hide drugs better. Just there. And then since then we found out that drug dogs 9 out of 10 times will hit where they're told to hit. They're just told. Look, go sniff that. And cops are not stupid. They get it. They see, oh, that kid looks like he might be high. He sure is a little nervous. They'll go about the process of finding a bit of weed or whatever. This is not a drug war video. I don't give a rat's ass about what people do with their bodies, when they do it with their bodies, how they do it with their bodies. It's their bodies. I don't care. Same deal with, the gay thing. Like, holy crap, there used to be these laws. And thankfully we have a court system that finds justice. They used to have these laws where it was illegal to do the matriculation activities that a homosexual couple would engage in. I don't even know if it could be technically described as matriculation. Anyway, it was illegal to do what they do, because, that's just unnatural and their parts aren't made for it. And like, what the hell are you trying to say? The other version of a human being the female is a cum dumpster? Like, lose that stupid mantra. People are going to do with their body what they want to do, and trying to make it illegal is ridiculous. Drug war. Back to what I was saying, though, about municipalities. They have to justify their existence. And you think I'm kidding. No, think about this. 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you might not have been born. I know my kids weren't. But, 30 years ago, you hardly ever heard of anybody getting shot by a cop. I mean, you had to be shooting first to get shot by a cop. And then they'd wing you. Now you got, 1,500 people a year being murdered. And yeah, I said murdered by the police. And You got 15, heavily armed, well-trained men with bulletproof vests showing up, and they got to fucking shoot some 12-year-old kid in the back because he's got a fucking knife. Screw that. It's murder, you fucking pansies. What the hell? Ugh. No, I will never feel good about an officer who is sworn to protect killing people. Like, why would you think that's a good idea? There is no justification for one time. For 1,500 times, you're sick if you think that's okay. It's not okay. They're sworn to protect people. Why the hell do we hire these people? We don't hire them as freaking murder squads. They're not, hired to go around and kill people. That's not their fucking job. Jesus. So like I said, what you do with your body, in your space and your time, that doesn't affect me. But if a cop feels like pulling the trigger because, oh, I look intimidating, oh, I thought he had a gun, he gets away with it and gets to go back to work the next day. Meanwhile, my family suffers. Think about that. It's stupid. Now, I wish to God I had some video of the time whenever I was drawn down. I was drawn down twice in one day by police officers. Kind of a dumb thing happened. This other driver, like I was hauling oversized, he had a flatbed. He parked underneath the overhang of my trailer. Like I had this big load on that was overhanging like 3 feet over the back of his trailer. And he didn't have anything on. He was just parking. And I was like, hey, man, I hope I don't hit you on the way out. He grabs his iPhone. Oh, I've got video of you saying that. Oh, fucking hate people like that. Yeah, I'm going to video everything and act like I'm superior because I got a camera. Everybody else has a camera. Shut up, pussy. Anyway. So, anyways, he, as I was, I managed to get past him. It took some effort because, like I said, he was under 3 feet of my load. So, anyway, as I get out of there, finally, it took some time. I go and I just made a U-turn because I was oversized. I couldn't go through like the fuel island. It was kind of tight to get off the other end, because the fuel island. And so I made a U-turn. As I come back, this dude pulls in front of me. I'm not kidding. That's what he did. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I reached up and I grabbed my CB and I'm like, hey, I could use a hand because like this guy's crazy. And I just thought, well, this will be the end of it. He'll see me on the CB and maybe just back his ass up. No, he turned on his CB and called me all kinds of bad names. I'm like, why in the fuck are you doing this, dude? Just get out of my way. I'm trying to leave. Like, I was only parked there for a few minutes to resecure my load. That's the law. You got to stop and double check your load. And this jackass did that. So, anyway, as I'm, sitting there trying to leave, he decides he's got to pop his door open. Well, when he popped his door open, and I'm not going to do it on the video because I hear YouTube will ban you for that, I brought up my thingy that I keep in my truck with me. It's right here. And I just showed it to him, just like this. This is not illegal. It's okay. It's a Second Amendment. We have the right to keep and bear arms. I don't give a flying fuck who doesn't like it. It's a Second Amendment. Suck it. So anyway, he decided to leave, and I said, okay, go. As I left, I went ahead. I thought ahead. I was thinking, man, I bet this little bitch boy's going to call 911. So I called 911, and I spoke to a dispatcher. I said, look, I didn't shoot anybody. I pointed my gun up in the air because he was being threatening. He hopped out of his truck. And, like he kind of ended everything right there. And I get it. Oh, he might have had a tank in his truck. Or what the fuck ever. He didn't. He had a camera. I'm going to videotape your pussy ass. Yeah, that guy. So I'm like, I just want to get away from him. And this was the quickest path to that without me having to hit him. So, goody. I leave. Anyway, get to the state line of Mississippi. I should tell you that happened in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Anyway, the state line, Mississippi. There's a sign there that says that the scale house is closed. And as I get there, there's a cop, and he brings his mic up to his mouth, and then the sign changes from closed to open. And I said, oh shit. So I reach over, I roll my window down, I put everything, like I took my wristwatch off, I took my ring off. I'm like, I don't want him to think I have shit. Like, that's the first thing you do. If you think you're about to get drawn on by a cop, don't give them an excuse. I'm not kidding. They get away with it. A lot of those guys, oh, I was just the worst thing ever. No, they fucking enjoy it because they get to go back to work. And you don't. Your family suffers. You die. And they don't miss shit. They get paid leave for a week and a half while they sit around and brag about how they shot you in the fucking back. Anyway, so I hang my hands out the window. I'm like, oh, officer, I will comply. That's the words. I will comply. because you ain't got no fucking reason to get shot, because he's a trigger happy dickhead. So anyway, this cop was not a trigger happy dickhead. He was doing his job. Basically, the guy I found out in the long run, the guy that called 911 on me said I shot at him, which I didn't. Like, that would be crazy. If I shot at him, he wouldn't have been able to make a phone call because I'm a pretty good shot. Anyway, there was no reason to shoot at him. I wanted to get him the fuck out of my face. And like, it's just one of those things. You got a big ass heavy load of shit on. You don't want to be fucked with by some dude that's causing trouble. And that's more or less what he was doing. Just looking for a fight. Well, I shut him down. So anyway, I went ahead and complied. They put me into some a double pair. The handcuffs on this wrist, and then it comes to here another handcuff that goes over there. Because they knew I wasn't a dickhead. They were going to be mean to me. So anyway, I explained what's going on. I made him coffee. I have a Keurig machine in my truck. I ended up making the cops coffee. The other guy was made to come to my location to settle up on his bullshit, accusation. And oh man, the guys that pulled me in, they were mean to that guy. They didn't shoot him or anything. They just they told him he was a dumbass for being a dumbass, and he could have got himself shot that day if he had kept coming. If I'd have been a little bit more patient and let him come over to my truck. Well, I should probably point out that truck doesn't have a working door lock. So if he'd have come to my truck and pulled the handle, I'd have been well within my rights to end him right there. It would have been the over, for him. And it would have sucked for him. But he was trying to be a cocky sucker. Just saying, I ain't got patience for that. Nobody should. Somebody's being mean to you and causing you strife. You don't have to put up with that shit. Get away from them. And don't shoot them unless you really need to. Some people really need to be shot. I guess we'll go back to what I'm saying about the cops. Anyway, these guys, they're good guys for the most part, but you got to think, okay? I mean, let's just put this hypothetical into your brain. Let's say hypothetically that 1,500 people a year die from eating McDonald's cheeseburgers. Now, the people that ate those cheeseburgers, they bought the suicide burger. Oh, no, we sold them the suicide burger, okay? They wanted it. They were being bad, and they wanted the suicide burger. Are you ever going to fucking go to McDonald's? Are you going to respect McDonald's? 1,500 people a year die being served by public servants who swore to not harm them. There's my point. So, yeah. Municipalities kind of suck. It's the cities, the city cops, the city, the people that think that they're the architects of society. Well, they need to justify their existence. These people get paid a lot more than you and me. They get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Okay? They get paid a boatload of cash. And if things are okay, if there's no crime, you don't need a cop. Okay, if the bridges were built right in the first place, you don't need a city engineer to plan the building of the second one. You get what I'm saying? Everybody was bitching a couple weeks ago because of Goldman Sachs coming out and announcing that they don't think that curing diseases is profitable. Finally, somebody came out and said that. Somebody aside from those conspiracy theorists with a tinfoil hat. I'm gonna make a tinfoil hat. I'm gonna make a tinfoil cowboy hat. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a tinfoil cowboy hat out of a hard hat. I can be crazy guy and two village people at the same time. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, these these city people, if they don't have something that they accomplished last year, we don't think they need to exist next year. And if you go and you do a body count inside the building of your city maintenance and all that shit, you'll see there's way more people than what you need. Now, you might need a whole bunch of people on the day it snows. Okay? That goes to the but sometimes argument. But you're going to pay these motherfuckers year round. Okay? There's plenty of truck drivers out there. If it's snowing, I can drive a plow. Okay? What the hell? Just call me up, say, hey, any local truckers that need to help out, making some money because, we're snowed in or whatever. That would be great. But no. And then we get, like I said, city planners. The people are like, oh, well, we have to have a city ordinance to stop those loud truck drivers from delivering food to the people that want to go buy food and live across the street from the store that sells the food. If you don't want to hear the noise of a truck delivering food, that should weigh heavily on where you choose to live. So those people obviously are not the problem. It's some ordinance invented by somebody that drove by one day and said, oh, it's a goddamn store. And it's goddamn apartment buildings. And oh goddamn, I shall make a new freaking rule about stupid crap and make people suffer. That's all the hell they're thinking. You know, it's like they're trying to find some way to justify their existence and be mean to me. Yeah, I take it all personal. It's all me. They're against me. But anyway, I've got another 2 hours and 10 minutes to kill. I believe I'm going to go to Denny's. And I'm going to get me some nachos. Don't worry. I'm prepared. Like, share, subscribe. Bad comments. Leave bad comments. I did something fun yesterday. I commented immediately after posting a video that said the first person that comments on this gets a free child's tablet. I don't know who you are, Don. I hope to God you have children because I ordered you this tablet. I did mail it to your address. I'm not going to harass you with updates or whatever. It says it'll be there May the 22nd. I don't know, today's what, the 18th, 19th? I don't know. I bought it on Amazon because they ship for me and I'm fucking lazy. I hate shipping things. Somebody else wants something incredible. I am actually heading home on May the 28th to hand deliver this. I'm gonna make a video of it because I think it's the coolest damn thing. Not because I think Apple is worth a shit. I spend a little bit of time, and oddly enough, not up here in Cheyenne, but I spend a little bit of time playing games like those skill crane things, and I won an iPad back in when was that, like April 5th, April 6th, I don't know, and I went online. I was like, hey, somebody want to come up with a brilliant, fun idea for me to get rid of this damn thing? Who wants it? Like, let's come up with some ideas. Gimme, 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 gimme. What the fuck? I said, come up with ideas. And people are like, oh, just give it to me. And they're coming up with excuses as to why they need it. You don't need a goddamn tablet. You don't. It's a fun thing to have. Except for me, because it's Apple, and I don't use Apple. But yeah, they were like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm not going to play that game. Like, you know what? If I give it to one of you, then I have to give it to everybody. I'm going to go spend $400 on another goddamn tablet. They're not always available in the skill cranes, and I'm not always that damn lucky. So anyway, I decided to sell the stupid piece of shit, and this is where it gets stupid. I met this guy. He's a really cool guy. His name's Sarash, of all things. Sarash. And yes, he was very, very brown. Had a little bit of an accent, but I think he was probably raised here. I'm not really sure. He was a super cool guy. I said, man, I'll sell it to you for $200. And I was going to give $200 away through $50 each to the 4 people who were wanting a tablet for their child, that's a kid tablet. I don't mind spending $50 on a kid tablet. You bet. That sounds great. It's got a protective case. Your child would break a $300, $400 iPad in minutes. Okay, it doesn't have a protective case, and I'm not going to go spend $100 on a friggin' $1 skill crate investment. So whatever. So anyway, I decided to sell it for $200, and I give it to the guy, and I said, yeah, go ahead and open it, make sure everything's in there. And he hadn't handed me the cash yet. He opens it, and there's a huge crack right through the middle of the screen. It powered on, but half the screen didn't. So I was like, ain't that a bitch? Because like I guess when it fell out of the machine, or it's not that big of a drop. I mean, I've heard of people throw these things across a room, it still work. So I don't know. At some point, someone was mean to the poor thing. So I said, well, whoopsie, and I just let him keep it. I'm like, you can probably get that fixed. Sorry to bug you. I don't want the damn thing. And then like, I don't know. It was like May. No, it wasn't May. It was April 20th. I don't know. They said, hey, you're going down to Pauls Valley. So I went down to Pauls Valley to work out of a Walmart distribution center there. And I happened to go down into Texas. There's a barber cut machine down there in, where's that? It says Pilot in Roanoke, Texas. That's north of Fort Worth on Interstate 35W, exit 65. Anyway, they have a McDonald's in there too, in case you want to go, get killed by the suicide burger. Yeah. Anyway, so this machine, this barber cut, like goes in and there's a string hanging in it. If you clip it just right, it goes poo. And I did it, and I hit the fucking thing like 6 times, and it finally fell. And it was funny. There was another trucker sitting around there. He was like, "Man, nobody ever wins these things." And I was like, "Dink." It was great. So anyway, that was another iPad, and I thought, I'm gonna open this one, and I'm gonna have some fun with it. And I decided on the 30th, I pulled this video actually on the 1st of May, but I decided to make a video of how I was gonna give that motherfucker away. And I spelled it out. Nobody watched the video. The idea of getting to 10,000 subscribers means you share the video. Okay? Like, if you don't share it, who the hell's going to know about it? And I was just thinking, well, shit, if I can get to 10,000 subscribers, then I'll bribe them with this iPad. Well, then only 3 people commented on that video. So I had to choose from 3 people. I don't have a 3-sided coin. So I said, well, I do not know who Okie, Babe, and some numbers. I don't know that name. And it turns out it's one of my best friends. I just didn't know. Sorry, Rachel. Anyway, so I flipped a coin between the other 2. One was this really nice guy named Don. And hey, by the way, Don, 22nd, you'll get your baby tablets coming. And it's got a big rubber thing on there so the kids can play with it without, risking breaking it. I mean, unless they just flat out hit it with a hammer. It's still breakable, but it's going to take some work. Anyway. And another person I know, Pat Langham. And I said, hey, you know what? Pat, you win. Congratulations. I'll come in to, give it to you. Because there's no sense in even trying to be random when there's only 3 people. How fair is that? Not. So, anyway, I'm going to have contests. And I'm going to be a whiny bitch. I'm going to post videos on the daily from now until all the end of the rest of eternity. If you could do me a huge favor, there's a share button down there. Click share and copy it to your clipboard. I'm probably going to have to explain this to people because they just don't know. Don't just share it to Facebook. That link between YouTube and Facebook doesn't really work. I've never been able to post that way ever, and I've tried, and it always waits like a minute and it pops up message saying failed. So when you go to share it as a copy to clipboard. It's there's like 2 pieces of white paper that are stacked on top of each other. Yeah, I said white. Racist. Anyway, so copy it to your clipboard, then go over, and if you long press inside of a text box on the Facebook or the Twitter machine or whatever, these, evil companies out there, anyway, you'll see the thing that says paste. Paste that link in there and say, I have this goofy ass friend and he's promised to give away more and more shit and I'd like to get some of that shit. And this is where it gets kind of cool, because if you have stayed through this video and you comment on this video, I might just pick up another 5,000 or 50,000 subscribers. But if you comment on this video, I promise you, every single person who is subscribed by the end of May, okay, and has commented on this motherfucker right here, you're going to get something. Probably a kid tablet. I love giving those away because kids, they like to play with shit and they're rough. So I get the kid tablet because there's no sense in giving them some, why would you give them a Gucci tablet? They're going to break it anyway. So, yeah. That's all.